Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Quill and Sword, and I am joined by a bunch of lovely nerds, and we're going to play some D&D. So, just jumping right into it tonight, we are going to really quick mention that we love Syrinscape. We're using Syrinscape. Hey. I'm going to roll a D4, and that's going to determine who's going to give us a recap. 4. That is MARISA.
Well, when last we saw our intrepid adventurers, we left the pumpkin carriage in hopes of getting to the castle. That's correct, right? That happened last session. I'm not in the time warp, am I?
I'm sorry, you said what? You kind of froze up for a second on my phone.
Oh, sorry. So when last we saw our adventurers, we left the pumpkin carriage in an attempt to go to the castle to find the throne, which is the seat of power for Voiras. So we need to get the seat of power back for the queen. So we traversed some underground tunnels, which Nim did really well because Nim is great at survival rolls. And so I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Nathaniel.
Once we eventually got inside the wrecked remains of the castle, we ran into a rather unpleasant individual, this sort of elven vampire sort of person who was very ominous and threatening and a little high on themselves. Who we ultimately made the decision to be like, okay, we just won't with whatever the hell. And we went off to explore elsewhere, and I'll pass it off to Robin.
Okay, I remember the high elf vampire lady. I remember going in to get the throne. I remember, running into the guy that the vampire lady wanted to take prisoner. SENITA, go.
That is literally where we left off. Because
that was literally the last thing.
We asked them not to tell us, and they told us anyway, like a little shit.
Yes, indeed. So, you guys find yourselves in these tunnels beneath the palace. And standing before you is a dark-haired dwarf lady and a human individual. He has a handlebarred mustache that's been scraggly and everything's kind of unkept. But it seems like he's still been trying to maintain that curl a little bit on the mustache. You know them as Anita and Philippe. And they just informed you that that person is after them.
What? I feel like there's a definite need to fill us in on what's going on and what we just stumbled into.
Well, we are trying to find the royal throne.
Okay. Why?
Because the queen needs it in order to rule and to maintain her position.
Okay. Does she know you're looking for it?
I don't imagine. We haven't been able to talk to her ever since we were put down here in the dungeons.
Okay. So where does Fangy McTeeth fit into things?
And Anita just kind of looks up at him like, yeah! Where does Fangy make teeth fit into things? That's a really good description. I like that one.
You're welcome.
And Philippe just sort of like, twiddles with his mustache a little bit, and he says, I did not always work for the Queen, Her Majesty. As you well know, most bards in at least human lands tend to make themselves up to sort of heroes, entertainers and heroes at the same time, as a way to maintain their independence from the wizarding schools, the scriptoria, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to be such a person. As you know, I am a bard, and that individual was someone I ran across many, many years ago and lost to. I was taken to their superior, and I escaped after about a couple of years. I came back here home thinking that I had killed that person permanently, but it seems that their kind are not so easily dispatched.
So we're dealing with revenge on top of general annoyance that you're having escaped in the first place.
Yes.
Oh, good. Good. That's lovely. We all kind of got a vibe that this was someone we were better not to tangle with. I'm going to assume that's probably your assessment too.
Yes.
Right.
They are probably looking for me. I managed to notice them when we were about to escape. That's why we came down here. And we just happened to find that torch back there, which would seem to indicate we were on the right track all of a sudden.
Well, we're all down here together. We might as well pool resources since we're headed in the same direction for the same ends. Dibs, however, on if we actually find the thing, because we're here on the actual direct requested orders of the Queen, as opposed to, freelancing it.
I see. Well, very well then. I will defer to you.
Lovely. I like that.
What of the rest of you? I am very surprised to see you down here. And he looks at Nim. You don't seem the adventuring or heroing sort.
Well, you need somebody that doesn't necessarily look the part, especially for reconnaissance and undercover. And I'm really just, I'm surprised, a very nimble of personality, if you will. I provide a vital service for the team, and I have a fantastic cloak. So, and also I have a Steve. So I do okay for the team.
Oh.
It's also worth noting that the rest of us couldn't find our butts with both hands.
We don't need to advertise that.
And my two hands are great for everybody's butts.
Really? I would not have pegged you as the sort.
Well, again, undercover. You gotta keep both eyes on me at all times. You never know.
I see. Good to keep in mind. And, what of you? Are you not allied with her ladyship? He's looking at Masquerade.
Well, yes, but this is royal business.
It is. I would have thought you were going to remain with her, yet you left with them.
The best way that I can protect Angelique right now is to make sure that this kingdom is still standing for her to inherit.
Tell me, did she get out?
Yes.
Good. She insisted that you were going to come.
I can imagine that.
But, yes. Well, let us not dawdle. We should make haste, lest we are found before we manage to locate the throne proper.
Alright, let's do this.
So at this point, who's going to be leading the pack, as it were, with a survival check?
Oh.
Never mind, not it.
That's...
Oh, I'll do that. Survival check?
Okay,
Yes,
Nim,
please.
Yes, survival check.
Like, mine's not terrible, but yours blows me out of the water, so...
When you said leading, I was like, I do not go in first. I do not have good skills with pointy things. So
I was sitting here thinking, like, if somebody gets hit, it should probably be me, but no, I can't survival. I'll be right behind her.
17?
14.
17.
17. Okay. So, you navigate your way through this next part of the chamber, and you just kind of follow this glowing opalescent light that steadily gets brighter as you go. And at one point, there's a path that winds, and it seems like there's light that comes from both places. But you follow the path to the right, because that's where it seems that the light is just a little bit brighter, just a hair. And you notice that because your keen tracker's eyes can tell the difference in brightness. And you eventually come to this big open pit, and you see this light, and it's so strange because it seems exceedingly bright when you're outside of the room, but when you finally come into the onto this balcony that sort of overlooks this pit, and there's like a large brazier, like the size of probably an entire carriage, and there's just this tiny flame that exudes this bright light that almost seems to be brighter everywhere else but where the flame is. And the flame is flickering, and it is shifting in color. There is a stairway to your right and to your left that both lead down toward the brazier. And there is another door beyond where the brazier is that leads deeper into the chambers.
No one else is going to start moving. I'll start heading down the stairs.
Okay, do you take the right path or the left path?
Does there appear to be an immediate difference to look at them?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, God. That would be 11.
11. No, you don't notice any apparent difference, aside from
God
like
damn it.
a few chips in the stone and whatnot.
I'd probably go right.
Okay, so you head to the right, and when you head to the right, you make it to the bottom safely.
Mother.
So, yeah, Wisp just makes it down to the brazier. When you approach the brazier, you find that while the rest of the area feels fairly cool and dank, the brazier's area feels exceedingly hot. Like almost searingly so.
Just out of curiosity, I want to check in my side pouch and just, like, feel the egg
Okay.
real quick while I'm here.
When you do, it kind of pulses with this boom.
Does the pulse feel like it's a pull at all
It does.
towards the fire?
Yeah.
I want to take it out and I want to approach the fire.
Okay. So you approach the fire, and do you have the egg out when you do?
And no one else has said they followed me down the stairs, so no one is that close to me. So yes, I will have it out.
Okay. So you pull the egg out, and when you do, the egg starts almost pulling you along. It's like one of those auto drive lawnmowers a little bit. It just feels like it's pulling you toward that brazier.
I'm going to place it in the flames.
Okay. So you place it in the flames, and when you do, your vision just and you see flashes of individuals, just faces you've never seen, wearing all sorts of different dress from eras gone by. You see humans, you see elves, you see a couple fauns, you see halflings, you see all sorts of people, and all of them, their eyes are consumed by this flaming opalescent light. And toward the end of it, you see yourself just briefly. And the rest of you make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Which dice is this again?
That's gonna be a D20.
Oh.
I got a 5.
16.
5, a 16.
What's my modifier?
Your modifier for a new for your wisdom saving throw is a 2 plus 2.
I got an 11.
You got an 11. Okay, so Anu and Nim are blinded by this flash of white light, and Mask, you cover your eyes just in time. And when you cover your eyes, you actually see through your arm a little bit, through your eyelids. It's that bright. And then the light just... And Wisp, you see what you would swear is like a chick. There's no more flame burning in the fire, but instead there's this chick. It's like the size, it could fit in your hands easily. And its feathers are pure white, but if they catch the light just right, the individual strands on the feathers catch it with purples, pinks, blues, greens, yellows, oranges. And it's just cheeping. The cheeping is echoing through the chamber, just this high-pitched little squeak.
I want to offer a hand out towards it, sort of down at its level near it, where if it chooses to, it could step onto.
It looks up at you for a minute. It has these huge, almost bug eyes, these vivid black orbs that have a shine to them, and it looks up at you, and then it just kind of like waddles along a little bit and like nests in your hand and kind of bunkers down like it's sitting in a nest.
I am going to... Okay, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to say kind of quietly, hello again. And I'm going to sort of... give me just one second. Let me just check something here real quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take it and sort of like tuck it a little bit under my top a little bit, well, like heads out and whatever. But like I'm trying to keep it. I don't want to isolate it in the bag.
Okay.
So that it's close and it's with me and it's secure, as long as it's not wriggling about. But for right now, that's where I'm gonna set it.
Okay. So, you do that and you feel this, like, warm comfort. It's almost like you're holding a very warm animal right next to you. And you can even feel the heartbeat. And what's weird is the heartbeat beats when your heartbeat beats. And it just looks up at you and cheeps.
I'll smile at it, and I suppose check back up because I actually have kind of been a little hyper focus and have no idea how anybody else is right now.
Mm-hmm. Anu and Nim and Masquerade, like everybody's vision returns to normal. Everything is normal within a few minutes. It was just very intense there for a second. And you see Anita looks over the railing of this balcony and she's like, "What's that?"
This is something that I'm taking care of for right now.
Is it an animal?
Yes. For all intents and purposes, yes.
That's pretty cool. Isn't that cool? And then you see Philippe just kind of like, I don't know dwarven words. What is that? And yeah, the flame is now gone from the brazier, but you have a little chick. And after a few minutes, Wisp, you notice out from the brazier these carvings that you never really noticed were on the floor because it just looked like cracks in the stone. it starts to make pictures as light leaks through it almost like liquid in the same hue of that fire. And you start to see images of a massive bird, sort of like with its wings coming around around this individual who has a crown above their head, just like hovering above it.
Philippe.
Yes?
I know you both said you were looking for the seed of power. You didn't actually say what it was.
Well, I think you just found it, to be honest.
Well, guess we can head back then.
Indeed. But, how will we get out without being noticed?
Steven, you said there was like another way that led deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you say deeper, does it seem like it's actually going like down deeper underground or just like off in a direction?
Off in a direction.
Okay, that's more promising. Well, if we want to avoid nobody's friend out there, suppose that's an option.
Lead on.
I'm waiting for everyone to come down and join.
Yeah.
Nim skips on down.
All right. So everyone makes it down. Does everyone take the right staircase?
I mean, if we know it's safe, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just double checking.
You're the devil.
You know, I am. That's because I'm the DM. That's what DM stands for, is Devil Monster. So, yeah. So, yeah. You guys all make it down, and what is the marching order as you head through the door that is beyond? Or the threshold, I should say.
That depends. Are we making survival checks?
Not immediately.
Okay. I'm gonna hang out in the middle where I'm safest because I'm a cinnamon roll.
Okay.
Alright, in that case, I will Vanguard.
Okay.
And I mean, like, actual Vanguard, not the way that Dave thinks is Vanguard. I'm in the front.
Okay. So, in that case, Masquerade. Perception.
Oh, good. 20 and beyond, don't do this to me. Here we go. Click. I nat 20'd. So 22 total.
So, you step in and immediately one of those tiles up ahead catches your eye. It is segregated from the rest of it, and you know there is some kind of trap involved with that tile right there.
Don't step here. Come around like this.
Alrighty.
I follow directions well.
Okay. So, everyone walks around the trap tile, and I don't get to do nasty things. And
You're just missing out on all kinds of chances.
I know,
to be a
right?
jerk
You guys are
tonight.
just circumventing everything.
I worry that he's saving up his ire, though, for our next obstacle.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that would track because, like, we had the time where we nat one faced multiple abominations, and everything was fine after that. But you just front loaded everything.
Yep. So you guys make it through that hallway and around a curve. When you make it around the curve, after about 20 feet, it tees. So you can go along the tee in a way that it would take you back the way you had come, but in a different path, or you can go further along.
Does anyone have enough of a sense of direction to have any clue where the further along might theoretically spit us out, or at least where it's headed?
If anyone has a keen mind, yes, they would. Otherwise, I'll need a survival check.
I don't have that.
I am smart and very
And not in the
specific
game
things,
either.
and this is not one of them.
Define keen mind.
Keen mind is a feat.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have that.
Okay.
I thought that maybe it might have been a combination of skills that I could cobble together, but
Nope.
let's do a survival check.
Okay.
23.
23. Okay. So you recognize that probably the way that would take you back toward an exit that would let you then beeline through the front court and into the destroyed hedge maze is probably going to be to the right. However, to the right, because you rolled so well in survival, you also notice this weird, sticky, waxy substance that just seems to reside in the corners here. And when you look up, you see it's riddling the top of the ceiling. Like the entire ceiling is just covered in this stuff.
Have I had any experience with this stuff? Would I know maybe its origin or what it signified?
You might make a nature check.
12.
Nature of 12. Okay. You would associate it with something nasty and creepy crawly.
Okay, so I want to relate to everybody that we probably need to go right. That's the way to get out. However, this area is gross and full of creepy crawly goo.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay. You know what? Just Carowin suggested that Anu might know, and I agree. So Anu, if you want to make a nature check, you can do so.
Okay. That's... Huh. That didn't roll. I dropped that. Whatever. I'm imagining my nature's +2 or something.
Your nature is at a +2. Indeed it is.
Yeah, then I got an 8.
An 8. So, Anu, you think that it definitely belongs to something creepy crawly. It might belong to a larger bug of some sort.
Oh, awesome.
Love that for us.
So, yeah, that's what you got.
If we go that way, we're definitely throwing hands. But when has an exit ever been easy?
I mean, probably better to throw hands with whatever that thing is than whatever's behind us.
True.
Facts.
Okay. So, you guys are going to the right?
Yeah.
And into the danger. Okay. So, Masquerade.
You are way too happy.
I am too happy. You are correct. So, Masquerade, I need a perception roll from you.
Ugh.
I went to the danger zone.
Oh, I knew my luck wasn't going to hold. I'm using the point of inspiration that we start every session with.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's worse. 4.
Oh, okay. So 4 is what you rolled.
Oh, God.
Yep, it sure is.
So you are traveling through this hallway, and you walk through it, and you start to get the smell that at first didn't really come, but now as more of this waxy goo is building up, you're starting to smell it more now. It smells like tar. And the yellow stuff starts to be vaguely luminescent as you continue going. And you go deeper in, and it gets a little more luminescent until eventually it's like bright light in here. It's not even dim light, it's bright light now. And also the wax is covering the walls and the floor and the ceiling. And your foot just falls, like it breaks through the floor at one point into this pile of muck and goo.
Ew.
Well, that's disgusting, and I'm going to have to burn these shoes later.
And you feel what almost is like animal claws or talons that start kind of like just tippity-tapping along your leg, just all the way around your leg, as your foot is in this goo pocket.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a happenstance wisdom saving throw to see if I freak out.
Okay. Skullmug, everybody.
Oh God.
That's a 7, so I'm gonna say that Mask is pretty well and truly freaking out. You hear a truly high-pitched, childlike shriek, and then the "oh God, it's gross, get it off me" dance.
Okay. When you do, you see that out from this goo pocket is pulled this roughly baby-sized white worm with these black, sharp legs. It's got 12 of these sharp legs running along its sides, and it has this red head that opens up with this mouth. And when it opens the mouth, you hear this weird, like, chittering noise come out of it.
Nope.
And when that
Sorry, there's
happens,
screaming going on over here.
there's screaming going on in game as well. And when Masquerade lets out this outburst, you hear at first sounds like thunder, but the thunder doesn't stop like thunder. It keeps going, and for those of you as players, it sounds almost like a motor running. And then you see the first of these creatures. They are also about child size. They are black with white stripes, and they look like giant hornets. And it's initiative time.
Freaking kidding me.
How dare you?
I just realized I was rolling with my countdown dice.
Oh no. You know what? It's fine.
19.
19.
15.
Ooh.
So let's see.
What's my modifier?
Mask. What did
Steven,
Wisp get?
I got 15. Anu needs the wisdom modifier. I'm sorry, not wisdom. Initiative modifier.
Anu, your initiative modifier is +2.
I got 9.
Okay. I think Nim and Wisp got the same.
He did.
So who has a better dex?
Definitely not me. That's cute that you asked, though. I appreciate it.
My dex is 14.
Okay, so that means Wisp will go first. And, well, first though, is the black jacket. So, it's going to come at Masquerade, who is in the front of everything.
Well,
And
let's
also
go.
screaming.
Uh-huh. And does a 15 hit your armor class?
Oh, it meets.
Meets beats. That's Masquerade, there we go. So, meets beats. So, that means you take 2 piercing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good.
Crap.
$13.
13. Okay, so this creature flies toward you, and you see this stiletto-like black spike jut out from the abdomen that is now coming towards you first, before the legs and everything else, as it flies directly for you, and it jabs you in the shoulder. And you reflexively pull out just as you see it squirts this yellow goo that and it steams when it comes out of this stinger. And it lands on the wall and just adds to the goo that's on the wall.
Now we know what that is.
I feel like we have made a grave error.
And Masquerade, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Magic missile, because I don't want to touch it.
Okay. So roll that damage. Can't dodge it.
Okay. I'm gonna open up Whiz Dice, because this is multiple D4s, and it is faster this way than it is trying to use D&D Beyond for this.
That's fair.
Okay, sorry, I had to fight my number keys. That is going to be a total of 12 damage.
12 damage. Describe how you kill this thing.
Oh, good. It just, the masks just like pass through its body and it kind of implodes from the inside.
Alright, so just...
Right.
And
Bits.
there's green everywhere. Green goo just dropping in slop buckets on the floor.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Also, you do feel the air still vibrating because more of these are coming.
How many are there in the immediate area?
There was only one right now, but you guys
Okay.
have only just entered this part of the thing. So,
Can we tell what direction they're coming from?
they're coming from further in, the direction you need to go.
What's going on with the thing that was on Mask's leg? Did that ever get shaken off?
Nope, it's still there. It's just kind of curled up on it, holding on.
Oh, is it? It's not hurting me or anything?
No, it's just holding on. It's creepy. It's like when a June bug just like latches on your skin and it like maybe vaguely pinches, but it's not doing anything.
Okay, well, if it's just chilling there, that's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Well, I mean, are we still in combat?
You're still in combat. So, Nim is next. Nim, what are you doing?
I noticed that thing on Masquerade's leg, and Nim is very much, when there's a bug in the vicinity, a very like, "Ugh!" and has to kill it sort of person. So Nim wants to go over there and just knock it off Mask's leg.
Okay, roll a d6 for me.
4.
Okay, you get over there, and now go ahead and you can just
Or
remove
stop
it. It comes off easily. It's not really trying to hold on. It just doesn't know what else to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you
I just
pick it
scream
up-
the whole time, though. No. I knock it off and just like, the whole
Okay.
time.
And
I'm getting
when
a vibe
you
like
do,
this is larva. I feel ways about that.
when you knock it off, you see the mouth just open up, and it mimics the sound you made as best it can with this chittering noise.
Oh!
What?
Nim just covers her mouth.
And,
Oh, baby bug.
That is not the reaction I was expecting.
No.
So
not the
cute.
reaction I was expecting either.
Mhm.
So, Wisp, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Okay, we've got more. They sound like they're coming down from the tunnel.
Uh-huh.
All right. I want to take some movement forward. Basically, I want to move further into the tunnel and put some distance between me and the rest of the group, and I want to tell all of them, you need to give me some space for when these things show up.
All right. So, are you preparing an action?
I want to prepare to cast Thunder Wave as soon as these things come within range of that. And I advise everyone else to back up because this thing radiates 15 feet out from where I am.
Okay, gotcha.
When I do back up, I'm taking baby bug with me.
Okay,
Oh my god.
you can take.
I back up and I just like look on in horror and try to
Oh.
get as far away from both Wisp and Mask as I can.
So you are moving, though, Wisp. So I need you to roll a d6 for me.
D6. 5.
Okay, you can get away from the group pretty easily. Next up, we have Anu. So, Anu, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hold my action. See what comes.
Okay. So,
Right,
back
'cause
to the
I
black
don't have to
jackets. So
I don't have to move backwards, right? We're out of range.
All right, the black jackets are going to come around, and one of them misses Wisp with its stinger as it buzzes around. You see, these things are fast, Wisp. Like, these things have a speed, for mechanical reference, so you can get an idea of how fast they are. They have a speed of 70 feet. So they're like wildly fast.
All right.
Oh, and that is going to be a critical hit. So, Constitution save.
Sorry, hang on. That fell off him. There we go. Ha! Ha ha ha! That's an at 20.
Okay, so this creature jabs you in the shoulder for 12 damage.
Ow. Okay.
And you pull it out. You pull the wound out just as once again this steaming, waxy yellow liquid blasts into the wall nearby.
Okay.
And there's another one. And I am not kidding. I rolled another nat 20.
It happens sometimes.
20. See?
Oh my god. So Constitution save again?
Yep, Constitution save again.
I'm going to use my inspiration. Didn't matter. I rolled the same thing twice. That's a 5.
Oh, that's a 5. Okay. Actually, you know what? Good point. Someone reminded me your ready to action should have gone off.
Thank you.
So you can actually potentially negate these.
Okay.
So,
quick question: when Mass killed the first one, how much damage did they have to do?
12.
12. All right.
Yeah.
Let me just. I'm just trying to figure out what level I'm casting this at. All right. I want to cast this at 2nd level.
Okay.
So they all need to make Constitution saves.
What they echo? I don't know. I'm trying to pronounce this name. Thank you to who that person is for reminding me about the thing.
Yes. Thank you as well.
A 12 beat your saves DC.
No. They have to make 14.
Okay, so they fail.
Okay,
so I'm going to let you choose. If you do it before, or if you do it where you still took the first hit, then you can hit all 3. Otherwise, you only hit the 2.
I'll take the first hit.
Okay.
So, hang on. I got to do 3d8.
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake. Damn it. All right. So that is 7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And they are also all pushed back 10 feet from me.
Okay, so they're pushed back, and there are more coming though. So dexterity save for them to not just fall prone. They fail. So now you have 6 on the ground because the 3 blasted into the 3 that were oncoming. So you've got 6 on the ground now. 3 of which are damaged.
While we're here, I'm going to designate Nu as my dance partner on this combat as well. So that was my ready to action. So I've got what? I've got bonus action I can do now, or let me see here. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, even. It's telling me that because I'm now dual wielding, I have an attack under bonus action. Is that only if my first action was an attack, or is that just at any time?
I feel like it should be at any time. I think technically it's if you make an attack roll, but I feel it should be any time, so it can be any time.
Cool. Are any of these within reach for me to stab with a rapier?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. I want to stab somebody.
Okay, so you stab them. Make an attack roll.
Well, they're down. Are they prone or just
They
down?
are prone, so that means that you can you have advantage on the attack.
Okay. That's good because that first roll was an at 1.
Oh.
Oh, for God's sake. I might have to swap out this dice. I think whatever was good in them I already got. That is a 13.
13. Okay. So that will hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, good. So 7.
7. Is this the one that was already damaged?
Oh, yes.
All right, then describe how you kill it.
The rapier just goes clean through it and pops out the other end like it's shish kebab, and then I shake it off and it gets slammed into the wall.
Okay. So you and Anu, you had held your action to see what was coming. So you assess the situation and you realize that these 6 are the last ones that are coming in this wave. So once you get rid of these, you guys should be good as long as you can be sneaky.
Okie dokie.
So
I'm dancing, so don't I get like 2 actions?
You do, in fact, get an action whenever Wisp makes an attack. So yes, you can do that.
Okay. Does my fire attack hit multiple people or just one?
Just one.
Lame. That's fine. All right. So roll the. I'm gonna hit one of the prone ones.
Okay.
I guess with a fire attack. Okay. 15.
15. All right. Technically, if they're prone and you're doing range, it is disadvantage.
Wait,
Just
is
like
range?
You have advantage for melee, but disadvantage for range if something's prone. Because the idea is you're harder to hit when you're prone with a range attack.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Does my crossbow count as melee?
No, that's unless you hit him with it. I mean, you can't just beat him with it.
Wait, I do have a dagger.
Okay, you gonna use your dagger?
Yes.
Okay, then you have advantage instead of disadvantage.
All right, I'll keep that 15 because don't they need 12 to hit?
Yeah.
And what's my dagger damage?
D4 plus
Just 1?
2. Yep.
No, just 1d4. Wait, you said d4.
I mean, you do get sneak attack as well because Wisp is right up there, but you won't need it, I'm pretty sure.
You said d4 though. Oh,
Yeah.
plus 2, right?
Yeah.
I got 3 damage.
Well, guess what? You killed it. They have 10 hit points.
Okay. All right.
So describe how you kill it.
I'm just gonna go. Just
There is spurting green liquid everywhere.
that's
Gross.
gross.
And, yeah, so now we're at Masquerade now that the enemies have gone.
That was my bonus
That
attack.
was that was
That was out of turn.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's impressive. Alright, so Masquerade, what are you doing?
Wait,
Wait,
does
it's
Anu
my
not
turn.
need to take an actual action?
Anu's action was assessing the situation because that was what she prepared. The extra action was because Wisp made an attack and designated her as the dance
All right.
partner.
Okay, so
Alright.
do I get my reaction move off of Anu's chosen action of assessing them?
No, because
Or is that
you
not
used
enough
your
of an
reaction.
action?
You used your reaction to cast the first spell that triggered
Oh,
everything.
because
So-
that's how it works.
Yeah,
using
uses your reaction.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
confused.
So, how many have we killed? So
Yeah.
there was 6.
There
so
was
now
6
there's
and you got
4.
2. You got 2 down. So there's
We're
4
down.
left.
We're down to 4.
Okay,
Okay.
so first of all,
Uh-huh.
I am now out of range of Wisp's like big attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Baby Bug. I'm gonna put it on the wall because I figure, you know, what like they're acting like wasps. Bees have a hive mind. Somebody will come take care of it. I'm not gonna be able to do that later.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want it to get squished. So then I'm gonna come up and throw some punches.
Okay. Go ahead and come up and throw those punches. You have
Let
advantage.
me spend a point of key to flurry of blows here.
Okay, every one of them has advantage.
First target. Does a 12 hit?
12 hits.
Meets beats.
Yep, meets beats.
5 damage.
5 damage. Is that the one that was already injured?
Yes.
Okay, describe how you kill it.
Alright, just fist through the carapace. I shake it off on the way back and go for another one.
Okay, yeah, they're all just wriggling and writhing on the ground, kind of half buzzing. The thunder sound has stopped because their wings are now, like, trying to flap them, push them up because they're on their backs.
Alright, so 14 on my second attack.
14 hits.
For 7 damage.
7 damage, okay. So you punch and you feel a crack, like a crunch coming from this carapace. But it's still alive.
Alright, and then 12 on my third.
12 on your third. Meets beats.
4 damage.
4 damage. Describe how you kill it.
Also, it's a good thing that I had advantage on these because I rolled several natural ones in that flurry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, again, just like, I don't punch quite into the carapace this time. I kind of go for the head, like just a quick jab so that I don't have to get my fist all gross.
Okay. So, yeah, you destroy this thing. And that leaves you with 2 left. Also, you see that the little worm that you set on the wall, it burrows into the wall, and you realize that this yellow stuff actually semi-liquefies the stone underneath.
Alright,
So,
good for you, Lil Bean.
Yeah. Oh, and you moved, didn't you?
Yes.
Roll a d6.
Oh, good. I should just use the Wiz dice for that because I'm not actually sure how to do that on D&D Beyond. 3.
3. Okay, you're good. So next up we have Wisp. Actually, I did Nim and Wisp out of order on accident last time. So
You did.
Wisp, it is your
I was
turn.
gonna say something, but that's okay.
Okay, so we've got what, 2 left?
2 left.
Okay. I'm gonna start flexing my dual wielding. I'll go for whatever one's close first with the dagger and then the rapier.
Okay.
So do I roll to hit separate for each of those?
Yep.
Okay. That is a 15 with the dagger
Yep.
and a 23 with the rapier.
Both hit.
Okay. So we'll do dagger first. Dagger hits for 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the rapier hits for 3.
All right, the dagger hits for 4 and the rapier hits for 3. Is that after your modifiers?
That's with modifier. I don't have damage modifiers on these weapons. And something that I've realized as we
Oh, yeah. You're supposed to be adding 2 to each of those.
well, no, there's no plus on the rapier. I did add the 2 to the dagger.
Okay.
There's no plus on the rapier.
There should be.
Nope.
Okay, that's weird.
It's-
Yeah, both should be +2.
Okay, well in that case it's 9 damage.
9 damage,
Together.
1 shy of killing it outright. And unfortunately, Anu doesn't get to act because Anu already used a reaction to act before her turn cycle around.
All right, and so I've updated my rapier to give it the +2, so I've got that now.
Okay, because there have to be some kind of limits on the dancer bard, otherwise it would be broken AF. Now we see why we have to have limits.
Dang you!
All right, so Nim, that means it's your turn. Nim, what are you doing?
So there's 2 left and 1 that's about to go, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Nim is just freaking out, as much as anybody would seeing bugs of that size. And so Nim is going to hang on. Is going to run up to the one that's about to die and just wants to kick it right in the face.
Okay.
But she's got her dagger out since she can attack twice now.
Okay.
So for the second one in a second. So what do I roll to kick a bug in the face?
Just an unarmed strike, which
Okay.
you get to add your you use dexterity if you want, but that doesn't matter for you actually.
No.
But then when you do your damage, you can do your repartee if you want.
So attack was 11. And then damage.
11 does not hit.
No.
But did you roll with advantage?
No.
You should, because they're prone.
10.
Nope. Okay, so you don't hit it. But your second strike, go ahead and roll the second strike with advantage too.
Okay. 13?
13 will hit.
So that's 5.
5. Okay. So describe how you kill the one.
I just take my dagger and I go right through the head, but the whole time I'm just like, ah! Just so grossed out.
Okay, and when you do, the head kind of pops and this green ichor just like splashes on your dress a little bit.
And the whole time I'm just
And Anu, that leaves you. So what is Anu doing?
Let's stab it.
Okay, and you do get a sneak attack with this because you have all your allies up there with it.
I got advantage though, right?
Yes.
We've all needed that.
Dad's bad either way. I got 7.
Okay. However, Wisp can now act because Wisp has their reaction back.
So, let's go ahead and
Dance partners.
Yep, let's go ahead and actually let me check. This one hasn't been hit yet at all, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm still just gonna straight up attack with the dagger and the rapier.
Okay.
So that's 19 to hit with the dagger,
That will hit.
and that's a nat 1 with the rapier.
Oh. Okay. So start with the dagger damage.
Okay. That's 6 damage with the dagger.
6 damage with the dagger. All right, you deal 6 damage to this thing as you stab and one of its legs pops off. And then for the rapier, I did not roll for it to break. So it does not break, but you do miss and you lose hand of it. So it falls to the ground.
Okay.
And now that you did that, Anu gets to use a bonus or can respond. You can use your reaction because it resets now,
Okay,
or
but
you can do bonus. Either way, you get your bonus. But
okay. But then I could have a reaction next time.
yeah,
Just in case. All right, I'll just use my bonus action then.
okay.
Oh, nat 20.
Just describe how you eviscerate this thing. There's no way with your sneak attack dice you can not kill it. So
I'm just gonna stab twist in its head.
okay. So you absolutely stab, twist, and it pops open like a coconut, and that spurt of green just gets on your clothes a little bit too, like it did with Nim's.
That's disrespectful.
I am going to pick my rapier back up. Well, actually, hold on. Are we out of combat?
You are now out of combat.
Okay, I'm going to pick the rapier back up. I'm going to glance back at Anita and Philippe, who I'm assuming are slightly further back from us.
They both look just disgusted and mortified, and they have been standing back because they don't have their weapons.
Yeah, so I just kind of look at them and go, this is really a normal day.
It really is.
You call this a normal day?
Pretty
Not
low
so many
key,
bugs
actually.
usually. Oh god.
But definitely the gross shit that we walk through.
Oh my. That's fascinating.
Pat the wall and go, proud of you, little bean, and then I start walking again.
Okay. So is everybody trying to be quiet now that you know about the thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
Nim is just
everybody
biting
needs to
her
make a
hand so she doesn't
stealth
shriek.
check.
I'm also
Stealth.
making it a point not to step on like particularly gooey
Are we
patches.
all making stealth?
Everyone's starting with stealth. This is a group complex test.
19.
Natural 20.
26.
Oh, wow.
I have a +8 modifier for that, don't I?
Let me double check. You have a +8. Yes, you do.
I have 19.
Oh, wow. All of you just blew through those stealth checks. In fact, because you got all successes, I don't get to impose the second check on you guys. Because you are so careful, you notice all the little pockets, and you now see that about every 6th pocket or so is one of these octagonal combs in which contains these white larvae.
Gross.
While we're moving, I am gonna just check on my little check, make sure.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's just
checking.
cheaping away.
Alrighty.
Ready, you
Could
little
feed the-
bean too.
Feed it some bugs.
And now I need a survival check from whoever's up front.
I will move up front because I feel like I'm getting like the gross bug energy behind me, and the sooner I get out, the less grossed out I will be.
Well,
Good
also
logic,
the
I
survival
like it.
check is to avoid another combat with these things.
19.
Woo!
Oh wait, no, well 25 when you add my modifier, so like I
That's
think we're good.
important.
Yeah.
Because if you got above 20, you don't have to make another survival roll to completely avoid all of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, you make it out. In fact, you make it all the way out of the caverns, and when you do, you find that there's this grate that is in the back of the palace, and the lock has been rusted away. So it's pretty easy to just snap, and then it goes, and you go through the grate, and you now find yourselves in the back of the palace on the opposite side of the palace from the courtyard. So you'll now have to sneak around the palace to not be noticed by guards or anyone inside the palace.
Okay.
So
Is it nighttime? Shouldn't be easier.
it is in fact nighttime, and it's raining. So you're a forest elf, which means you are obscured in the phenomena. So Anu has advantage on the stealth roll. Everyone else, make a stealth check. This is a group check again.
You guys can't see me.
21.
Can I use my inspiration?
Okay.
16.
16.
14.
14.
23.
3. You guys succeed. And at one point, you guys lose sight of Anu entirely. And Anu, you get so far ahead of everyone, just as you're about to round a corner, you catch a faint glimpse of these double red flickers piercing, looking out the window. And you just duck just a little more, and you see this figure as the lightning illuminates briefly the form of that same vampiric figure that was visiting the palace earlier.
What a dick. I'm gonna flip him off.
Alright,
But he can't see me.
I also need to roll for Philippe and Anita. They both
Oh,
rolled
God.
well. So
If they blow it for us, so help me.
We'll leave
This
it
is
on.
why no one likes escort quests.
Yo,
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
like we're done here.
So you guys make it around safely to the courtyard, and at this point, you have a straight shot to the hedge maze. So you can choose to make either athletics and or acrobatics to beeline for the maze, or you can make a stealth roll to try to move more sneakily around the palace, which will be a harder DC, but if you make it, you only have to make one stealth check as opposed to making a beeline, which will be 2 checks, because you'll have to make an athletics or acrobatics and then stealth to hide.
Do we have to make a group option, or can we each do...
Each individual is contributing to the group with this.
And I had advantage on stealth, all right?
Yes, you have advantage on stealth.
I'm gonna go stealthy then.
Okay. So everyone has to choose their own checks. Start with either athletics or acrobatics or stealth.
Acrobatics for me.
All right.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. And Nim, what did you get?
I'm gonna go with just stealth.
Okay.
Because I have no. Just one roll is probably better for me.
Okay. Is it better for you?
No. 6.
Oh God.
So I'm doing a Scooby-Doo sort of like creep in the shadows motion.
Okay.
Your feet are actually doing that little
Yep.
sound. So that's,
All right.
yeah.
Masquerade.
So, I have a +6 to both acrobatics and stealth. I rolled acrobatics. I need to burn a point of inspiration.
Okay.
Oh God. Our rolls are all over
You
the
guys-
shop.
24 now.
Okay.
So we're good.
All right. So, Masquerade and Anu, you easily stealth your way along. You see Wisp tries to, with every dancer's
I didn't even say my
poise,
number. What?
rushing with graceful leaps toward the hedge
I did
maze.
stealth, buddy.
And you see, as you two round this corner and you're like right there at the hedge maze, you duck as you see this guard pass directly by in front of you. And they're rounding the corner just as Wisp is about to make it to the hedge maze. As they round the corner, you think they're just about to see Wisp, and then all of a sudden you hear this sploosh come from behind you, and the guard whirls around to see Nim, who's standing like deer in the headlights against the palace, dress and socks and shoes now just sopping wet as you sploshed into this mud puddle.
Is it just one guard?
It is just one guard right now, but there are other guards patrolling around. And you
is it
see him
possible-
reach for a horn on his belt. And if anyone wants to intervene, it will be initiative.
That's fine. I kind of want to sneaky up and just.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Yeah, like, can you do that quickly?
Yeah. Yes.
okay, make an initiative check against me.
All right.
Oh. So I got a 12. What did you get?
I got a 13.
Okay. So Anu, just as he's reaching for the horn, what do? You have one action. 6 seconds.
I'm gonna come up and just drag him down with me.
Okay, make a grapple check.
Kind of Dishonored
That's
style
athletics.
choke out.
Well, is this a D20?
It's a +5. Yes, a D20 with +5 for you.
All right. I want to use my inspiration.
Okay.
11.
11. Okay, he has to contest that. He got a 10. So you managed to get him around the neck so he's quiet. You grab the horn away. And I'm now going to impose a GM intrusion. So
Of course you are.
you get an inspiration and can give one to someone else.
Did everyone use their inspiration?
I think everyone's used an inspiration this time. There's
I
been
mean,
a
I
lot of
still have
inspiration
one left
used.
because I didn't use one last session, but
I've used 2 because I still had one left over from a different session, but I'm out now.
Yeah.
Nim, are you out? Okay. I'll give it to Nim then.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you give it to Nim. So here's the deal. There's another guard coming around the corner, and you have to make an initiative check against him to avoid being seen while dragging this guard away.
Okay. Ugh, don't foul me now, Dice.
Am I still deer in the headlights, like trying to
do I
beat-
even know any of this is happening? Because I'm busy
You
acrobatic.
watch this happen, so you
Oh,
can
God.
choose to either try to intervene, which will result in you having to make an extra roll to not be detected, or you can just slip into the hedge maze and make your stealth roll with advantage.
Do I have to make that decision now, or can I wait and see the results on what's about to happen
You
here?
can wait and know her roll, but not mine.
I will wait and find out a news roll.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Oh. What is my modifier?
Your modifier is +8 for stealth.
Oh, right.
Oh, but for
18.
initiative, it's +2.
12.
12.
Uh,
Oops. So, I got
All right.
on the die.
I can't
See
see
it?
that.
oh!
Just missed it.
Steven.
Yes.
So somebody's getting seen right now no matter what.
Unless Nim wants to interject. So
because I can.
Nim now, or not Nim, excuse me. Nim and Wisp both have a chance. So, Nim, we'll start with you because you've been deer in the headlights. What do you want to do?
So, like, where am I in relation to everyone? Like, everybody's about to enter the maze, and I'm a ways back in a mud puddle.
You're about 10 feet away in a mud puddle.
Okay. I want to sprint towards this guard that is about to see what Anu is doing, and I just want to spear tackle them.
Okay! Make an attack roll.
This is an unarmed attack, I suppose. Like,
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Which you're theoretically good at.
11?
11 does not hit his armor class. So what you do is you run to tackle this guy and you just run into a wall of metal plating. And you see this man, and he's wearing this helmet that has what looks like a carved face made of metal with a mustache and a goatee put over it, and he's like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
All right, Steven, how close? What's the distance from where I am?
For who?
From me to this guard.
To the guard that Nim tackled?
Tried to tackle, yeah.
Okay.
I did a very good try.
About 30 feet.
30 feet?
Uh-huh.
Lovely. I can charge him.
Okay. You're gonna charge him.
I'm gonna
With your
charge
ability.
him. Stealth's
Okay.
already blown.
Okay.
I would also like to encourage this charge.
Oh,
Because
yeah. So what do you do, Nim? How do you encourage that?
I just say, well, you thought that was bad. Wait till you see what my friend can do.
Okay, Wisp, go ahead and add 3 to whatever you roll.
All right, let me pull this thing up. Charge. You can use my last inspiration there.
Okay.
Okay, 23.
Okay. So, you absolutely can hit this guy. So, roll your damage.
So that's 8 damage.
Okay.
My intent with this is to try and catch him in the lower plating with the horns, like lower stomach plating, dent it in if I can, like knock the wind out of him, and literally knock him into the nearest hedge.
Okay.
So I want him stuck in a bush.
Oh, he is definitely falling prone from this. So, so you see Wisp just starts charging, and you actually feel the plate dent a little bit, Wisp, underneath your skull as you smash this guy 5 feet back, and he just falls into the bush and starts struggling. But you also hear him kind of gasping because that plate is indented now. And now, what is Anu doing with this other guy?
Yeah.
I'm dragging him into the bushes.
Okay, he's gonna try to break your grapple. Oh, you gotta roll against it. You gotta roll an athletics check. You have +5. He rolled a 23.
I had a nat 20.
So this guy really seems like he's about to break free of you, and you're just like, nope! And you hold him still further. And in fact, because of that, I'm going to let you try to choke him out. So
Okay.
he's going to make a Constitution save versus your contested athletics check. So the DC for his save is what you roll for athletics again.
Okay. 21.
You rolled a 14. So, this guy just slumps after a minute. And
Nighty-night.
He is now unconscious, and you've got one writhing and thrashing in the bushes, which is making enough noise that it seems to alert other guards.
Hey, Anu. I need his clothes.
Okay.
I'm gonna take his clothes, and I'm going to be this man.
Okay.
We're all gonna dive in the bushes.
Masquerade.
You do that.
Make an acrobatics check to quick change.
Okay.
You're proficient with the disguise kit, right?
I am.
So you don't have disadvantage on the roll.
Haha, me too.
Yeah, I rolled an 8. I mean, like, I rolled a 2, but it came out to 8. I'm usually good at this.
Okay. So, if only anyone had inspiration left.
Oh, I've got an inspiration. How?
The question is, do you want to use it on this? Or do you want to see how it pans out? You can also let it pan out, because you guys have options still.
I think I can work with this. It'll be okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys now have an option. Masquerade, this is separate from you. I'll come to you in a second. For the rest of you, you can choose to just plow through the maze and get to the secret passage and close it behind you, and you will just have a chance at them not knowing where you went, but you'll have clear access to run out. Back the way you came. Masquerade, if you choose to really commit to this bit and they close the door behind you, you'll be left on your own.
That's okay. I'll find my own way back out, and if I'm here, then I can distract the guards and keep them from getting my friends.
Okay. So you've got 5 words to communicate that in the instant. What do you do?
Go on, I've got this.
Okay.
Okay. Dashing to get out of here.
The rest of you, athletics or acrobatics checks?
All right, come on. 9.
13?
13. Anu,
I don't know if I want to go.
are you staying?
Well, if anybody's going to, you've got the best chance of staying hidden.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay hidden.
Okay, so the 2 of you go, and you see, and the 2 of you, because you went, you now see there are 4 guards running this way, and they rolled a 19. So while you guys do make it into the secret passage and close it behind you, they know where the secret passage is.
Shit.
So
Okay.
you guys now have to book it yourselves. The 2 of you, what are you doing?
Hold on, when you say the 2 of us...
Sorry,
you mean me
Anu
or
and
the other-
Masquerade who are left behind.
Okay.
What are you doing? You see 4 guards start coming at this point, and 2 break off and go into the hedge maze.
Yeah, they caught me taking a pee. Because I'm half dressed.
Okay. So, what about you, Anu?
I'm still hiding.
Hiding. Okay, so you're just tucked away.
And I could get it done fast enough and no one would notice. It's been so quiet all night.
Alright, so I need you to roll a deception roll. You have advantage because of your special feature as a changeling.
16.
16. Okay. Let's roll their insight. Oh yeah, no, they are fully convinced. They are absolutely fully convinced. They run around, and immediately they're just like frantic, and they're like, Leo, what happened?
This just came out of nowhere.
What? Your pants? What? You're being in a hedge maze? Go around the corner!
I'm sorry, I really had to go!
Around the corner, man! Around the corner! Not in the hedge maze!
I was just thinking that it would be better if I was standing here and could see what was going on, but apparently that made no difference.
Oh, Jessica, curse you! Now look what happened. This is your fault. This is the recompense we get for peeing in the hedge maze.
Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. You're not going to tell them, are you?
Of course I'm going to tell them. I'm not getting filed for you.
But they don't know. No one else saw. It was just you.
Go! Pull up your pants and go! They went in the ground. They went in the
I
ground.
pull up my pants and go.
Okay. So, Anu, you are about 5 feet from all of this, just behind a bush. What are you doing?
Do I see a way to stay hidden and follow?
You do, but you'll have to wait until everything kind of is all clear. So that's going to rely on a series of stealth rolls to basically avoid everyone in the hedge maze as they scour it.
Can I intentionally, break a couple sticks on my way by to leave a trail of breadcrumbs for Anu since I know she's still here?
Sure.
Cool.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Wisp and Nim, you are charging through this place, trying to get back to the docks. I need both of you to make athletics checks.
All right, come on. Nat 20.
Okay.
Now it shows up.
Nim, what did you get?
I'm gonna use my last point of inspiration.
Okay, there we go. That's what we needed it for.
11.
11. Let's see what they rolled. They got a 10. So you guys round a corner and you get a little bit of distance on them. And at this point, you're coming to an intersection. Now, Nim, you or Wisp can make a history check to remember which way you need to go.
Hold on, I think. Oh, I'm good with history.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay. So you easily remember you need to go back to the right. You came by the left, you're going to the right.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys go in the correct direction, and now because you had a head start on them, they have to make an investigation check, and they rolled low. So you hear that for about 1 round's worth, they seem to go the wrong direction before they realize the footprints are coming from the other way. And they start shouting at one another, "We have to go the other way! Come on, come on!" So I need both of you to make athletics rolls at advantage.
16.
16.
14.
14. And they get a 5.
Ah!
So you hear the plate armor clanking, and it sounds like at this point they are just struggling. They are not built for endurance like this. You're guessing they probably have the cushy jobs guarding the palace. And now all of a sudden they have to do a thing. So you guys make a great deal of headway on them. One more history check.
23.
23. Okay. So you
I think
once
this is the
again
first time in
easily-
history. I think this is the first time history's come up for me. I have a +8 on history.
Okay. Well, you easily remember what directions you took, and you just reverse them in your head and move. And you come out to the docks. So at this point, are you going to hide in the docks, or are you going to try to make it all the way out?
Hold on. I'm trying to remember what was the deal with the whole scaffolding thing we had to get up before?
So you had to get up the scaffolding by climbing, or you could take the barrels. The barrels were toppled.
Okay, I
last time.
remember that.
So,
Here's what I'm trying to figure out. If we are far enough ahead of this for me to get down to the bottom and kick out a support on the scaffolding so that can fall.
okay, you could absolutely do that, but it will require either successful athletics or investigation or acrobatics.
I'll give it a go. Give
To
it a
get
go
to
on
the bottom.
on acrobatics.
Okay. And what about Nim? Are you trying to make it down?
I want to go the easiest possible route
Okay.
for somebody with no acrobatics or athletics. So I guess that would be an investigation check for me.
Yep, that would be an investigation check for you.
I got a 17 for the record.
17. Okay.
11.
11. All right, so Wisp, you make it down like a gymnast. A professional, if you will. It's a little bit like pole dancing toward the end, which works out great, but you manage to make it down easily. Nim, not so much. In fact, about halfway down, you hear this crunch, and you see Nim is now hanging on to a ledge that if she goes back up, she will be trapped, or she can fall and take fall damage, but then be able to hide.
How far is the fall damage from where she is?
It's about 20 feet.
Can I make an attempt to catch her?
Sure.
All right. I'll get underneath her and go like, it's okay, I've got you.
Okay, so...
Oh, and also, like, just before that, I'm going to just slide the little chick, like, back up, sort of tucked under here, under the neck, so there's no chance of, like, if Nim hits me in the chest.
Okay. All right. So you get the chick tucked back. It just kind of cheep, and peep a little bit. But it goes back there pretty easily. And I need you to make a athletics roll.
Athletics. Let me check my modifier on that. It's not as good. 16.
16. Nim, do you let go and trust Wisp?
I let go.
Nim lets go, and it is like a performance as Wisp catches you, spins you around, and sets you delicately beside them.
And once Wisp sets me down, I'm just, okay. And then I've been standing on the ground for a minute, but I still kind of stumble and fall a smidgen because I was ready for the fall.
Okay. And now you guys have to choose. As the guards start coming out, are you going to book it where you will definitely get away, but they will see you? Or do you want to hide?
Are you up for any more running?
I can do it.
I mean, they're going to be stalled from the scaffold. Let's just run. Let's just get out of here.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Now, each of you can make an athletics check, and if you beat them, they won't see you. They got a 10 right in the middle.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
4.
Nat 1.
4. So,
they see us.
Wisp, you trip and stumble into Nim.
This
as
is
your hoof catches on a crack.
Oh, that's so out of character. That pisses me off on principle.
And the guards rush out and they see you two fumbling on the ground and they're like, "We've got them! Let's go!" And one of them pulls out a bow. The other one is heading down and is gonna try to jump between the scaffolding. He seems to be just a little more spry than the other one, a little more headstrong. He makes it to the first platform, and it crunches, but it stays. And we're gonna see if the arrow hits either of you.
Can I distract the? Oh, never mind.
he sucks. He fires, and you hear a sploosh as it lands in the water. And it's your guys' turn. Are you getting up and trying to run away?
Yes. Also, question. Actually, hang on. Let me check something. Like, we're trying to get away. How wide is the walkway that we're trying to get down, and they're going to be following us down?
It's pretty wide. So it's
pretty wide.
Yeah, it accommodates many people.
Okay. So, how far away are they from us right now?
So you have one that is about halfway down the scaffolding, having jumped onto a ledge, and he's trying to jump from ledge to ledge to get down safely.
All right. I need a feet distance.
He's 120 feet away.
All right. Never mind. Let's just go. Let's just book it.
Quick question. What is the terrain like? Like, if I were to summon Steve, and we were to ride on horseback the hell out of town, would that be a possibility in that location?
It is paved and then goes into forest. So, yes, you could absolutely ride Steve.
Okay. I reach into my apron pocket, I pull out the bells, and I just jingle the hell out of them. Steve, 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 Steve!
Okay, and when you do, this horse materializes as this whinny echoes on the breeze, and you now have a Clydesdale in front of you.
Oh, I love this horse.
Okay, you guys mount the horse and easily gallop away. You don't even have to make a roll to get away at this point.
Oh.
Meanwhile, back to the palace. Masquerade, you were ordered to go after them in the tunnel.
Yep.
And Anu, what are you doing as they scour the grounds? Are you trying to make it into the tunnel, or are you trying to make it out over the wall or something wacky?
She said something wacky. Okay.
I mean, you do a lot of wacky things. When the chandelier happened, that was the day I knew I was just done for as a DM.
Okay.
That kind of did set the tone, didn't
It
it?
did.
Okay, so if I follow, like, which one if I go over the wall, I'm dipping and dodging guards. But if I follow, if I just happen to be quiet?
Well, if you follow, you know there are 2 guards that are already in the tunnel system.
Right.
So while Masquerade is going down there, you'll still have to figure out a way to be hidden from them.
Steve? Whatever happened to Philippe and Anita?
Oh!
I wasn't keeping track of them.
They have not even rounded the corner and stealthed into the headmates yet.
Oh, for God's sake.
Because everything went down right when you guys started. So they're still stuck.
Are these guards, like, super tough? Because I kind of want to knock out the other one and just disguise myself as... Because I do have a disguise kit.
Okay, you can go ahead and make an attack roll, we'll say.
Okay.
From the shadows.
Alright. Does that add sneak or something?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, does sneak attack add to damage? Or...
Yes. Sneak attack adds damage, but you can make it non-lethal if you want.
Okay, yeah. That's 14.
14 will not hit.
Oh, what's their armor class?
Their armor class is 16.
Ah, lame.
But, you, can absolutely try again with a bonus.
Yay! Aren't they prone? Shouldn't I have advantage?
Oh, you're right. You should have advantage. She is prone.
And
you're sneak attacking.
Yeah! I got 18.
That is what you needed. So, well, you needed... That's 2 beyond what you needed, but you definitely got it. So, go ahead and roll your D4 and 4D6 and add your +2 on top of all that.
Okay, a D4, 4 D6s, and +2. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 8. $13.
13. Okay, so describe how you knock this man unconscious, or otherwise dispatch him, because these guards are not much different from commoners.
Yeah. Okay. It's just kind of like a pretty much a Vulcan death grip.
Okay. So you do that, and you kind of go.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
If you're going to be knocking him out and taking his clothing anyway, then we might as well just pretend as though we've arrested those 2 and walk out the front door.
Arrested the guards?
No, Philippe and Anita.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, you guys can go ahead and go approach them, and I presume you described that plan to them?
Yes.
Okay. So, you described the plan. They are amenable to it. So,
not me. I have to keep my mouth shut.
I need you to make a deception roll. But since you have a disguise kit, you don't have disadvantage, Anu. As you try to make yourself look like a human wearing this armor.
Oh, okay.
Does it have a helmet?
It does have a helmet with a face shield, but it has eye holes, and Anu has glowing eyes.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so no disadvantage is what you're saying.
There's no disadvantage.
What is my modifier?
Your modifier for deception. Let me pull up D&D Beyond here. 4 plus 4.
18.
18. All right. So when Anu gets stuffed into this human armor, you realize, minus the light coming from behind the helmet eyes, you could believe this. And if Anu ducks her head the right way, she can actually use the brim of the helmet to hide the light. So it's all about angles now. And you guys take you guys take Anita and Philippe straight through the front. And you get a couple
I don't
questions,
even pause
but-
to speak. I just keep walking with purpose.
Okay. So you do hear some congratulations for catching 2 of them at least. And it sounds like this superior of some sort is rather disappointed that you only caught 2 of them. Of the 4 intruders.
We'll go get the other 2.
Huh?
I said we'll go get the other 2.
Of course. Start by taking those to the Inquisition prison.
Mm-hmm.
Duck my head and keep walking.
All right.
Yep.
So
The
you
less we
guys
talk,
walk
the better
off.
this works.
So everyone makes it safely back to reconvene at the pumpkin carriage. And so, as all of you walk through the doors of the pumpkin carriage, you see Chicard is sitting there cleaning a glass. Giselle is up on the bar stool building with some blocks, trying to explain to one of these abdicated kids what's fun about blocks, which is a whole thing in itself. And the queen is wearing very common clothes, and you see that she's now styled her hair that is starting to grow in such a way that she's got these like defined areas of curls. And she is knitting in a corner, wearing commoner's clothing, so that you really wouldn't recognize her. She has none of the lavish makeup, none of the regalia. She looks pretty much like everybody else, actually.
When I walk in, I'm wearing Mask's usual face, but in guard armor.
Okay.
Like, I stop pretending to be Leo as soon as we're out of sight.
Okay, absolutely.
And Anu gets to see the moment of, like, actual changing, so the little, like, mystique shimmer.
Yeah, so you actually get to see the changeling thing happen, Anu.
Nice.
It's a little creepy.
And
My eyes glow in the dark, though.
It's true.
And Angelique comes down the stairway, sees Masquerade, and is like, "It doesn't suit you."
Oh, I know. Far too austere.
Postulating. I'm just, yes, I'm a guard now.
A girl with glowing blue eyes. Yes, absolutely.
You can't. Not if I look like this.
Clever.
Yeah.
Now you just need a deeper voice, and she kind of like pulls the helmet down just a smidge, which pinches your ears that are folded up inside.
Oh my
And
God.
she's like, "Your skin was showing."
I just tossed the helmet off.
And this little peep, 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 peep comes from the back of Wisp's neck as Wisp and Nim walk in several minutes later. And as the peeping happens, you hear the clattering of knitting needles as the queen stares at the little bird.
I will approach the queen.
Okay.
We went on an adventure, Charlie.
Yeah. Is that... I've only heard stories.
Yeah, so probably not quite what you were expecting us to come back with.
I thought it was a metaphor. I didn't know that the seat of power was literally a bird.
Well, I'm going to sort of take it off the shoulder and sort of two-hand cup in front of the queen. You know, times have been different, and I've gone through things that I think might have resulted in this particular outcome, which may not be typical.
You saved it.
Of course I did.
We thought it was lost. Forever. I thought my throne would be gone because the seat of power was gone. I thought the bird was a metaphor. I thought it was not this.
Surprise. Do you want to touch it? It's okay.
Oh.
You shut up.
Yes. And she reaches forward, and the bird actually kind of like puts its body under her fingers as she just very delicately like holds them out. What is it?
At a guess, I believe it's a phoenix. Again, based off context and stuff that's just been going on lately.
I see. All of you are increasingly remarkable.
I'll be honest, I don't know what happens now.
Well, I suppose we must show it to the council of the Oxyon so that I might reclaim rulership of my kingdom. Though I don't think anyone expected it to be a literal bird. It was said that the seat of power was said to rise from the ashes like a bird. I never knew that literally meant a bird.
Well, hopefully this will simplify rather than complicate things.
I see. It will simplify a great number of things and probably complicate a great number more. But
That tracks.
did you find anything else in the palace? Did anyone die?
Actually, hold on. When Anu and Masquerade showed up, did they bring Anita and Philippe with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, they've already come through and all that.
Yeah. Well, we did run into those two,
Yes.
and so far as I know, no one died. I think, and now that these two are out from what was left of the palace, I actually think everybody got out.
That warms my heart so much. And all of you made it back safely. That is all I had asked for in my nightly prayers. I only hope that you will accept a small token of my gratitude. And she reaches into her pocket. One of the children made this. And she hands over a copper piece. But it gleams with an unearthly glint when you catch it right in the light.
One of the children, one of the
abdicated children made this.
Amazing.
With a coin.
That's encouraging.
It is. You guys have a lucky coin. You can use a bonus action to flip it and gain a luck point. As
Sweet.
defined by the luck points in the lucky feat.
Nice.
The child, she gave it to me and told me that she knew that I would use it to help people. And seeing as most of my authority to help others comes from giving them what they need to help others, I thought it was only fitting.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friends, for keeping all of us safe. I could never repay your kindness. Interestingly, I did reconnect with my spy master, who offered me some information. She mentioned that there was word of a man in a town to the south who was accused of casting magic and matched the description of the young man that you brought to my palace, Nim.
He's alive?
I mean, I don't know for sure, but that is what my spy network has informed me.
Giselle hasn't heard anything. I don't want to get her hopes up.
It is in the city of Dubois.
I want to turn to everybody.
Do you mind if we run an errand?
Priority one.
I did not want to tell the little girl, though, for fear that it would not pan out.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, thank you. I think that's the wisest choice, and of course, you always make the best choices. It's, it almost sounds too good to be true with everything that we've seen lately.
Indeed, it seems that these hours have been the darkest, but, you know, they say that the smallest ember burns brightest in the darkest night. So perhaps we are turning over something good for once. I will not ask you to linger here and entertain an old woman and her attempt at knitting. It's really quite bad from what I can tell, but everyone tells me it's wonderful, but I'm used to that. I think that's just what they tell you when you are born a certain way. But it is very bad. And she holds it up, and it is uneven, and the stitches look terrible. Like, this is literally the worst knitting any of you have ever seen.
It's a first attempt.
This is my 7th attempt. But
Oh,
thank you.
Now you're
holding
ready to
together.
careful.
It does hold together until you shake it too much.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you've done some stress tests on it, and you know its limits. That's good.
Yes. The first one was burned. And then you hear Giselle, like, jump down from the seat and starts kind of, like, scooting away.
Makes sense. Yes, makes sense.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna sort of motion to the chick. Should I leave them here with you?
If you are willing. I would never presume to tell you what to do. But if you are willing, I think it might be best.
Okay. I'm going to with visible unease, pass the chick over to the queen.
Okay. You hand it over, and it nuzzles into her hands and looks just as comfortable with her as it was with you. She strokes it gently. This is the greatest thing anyone has ever done for me. Thank you, dear one.
Just take good care of them. I know you will. I know that. It just
Of course.
I needed to say it.
Tell me, what do you desire? I will give you anything. Up to rulership of a portion of the kingdom itself.
Never tell anyone what you desire.
So what I'll say to that is, it's funny. If you had offered me that only a matter of weeks ago, I would have had a very immediate answer. But I think what I'm after right now is not something anyone is able to just give. So what I will take is your kindness and your desire to reward me and dwell with that on its own for now.
Very well. Then you have my kindness for as long as I live.
Thank you.
And she sort of like holds your hand in both of hers for just a moment with the chick kind of wedged in there. And it nuzzles against both of you. And then she just lets your hand free and holds the chick, and it just snuggles in and immediately goes to sleep.
Maybe you could ask for partial custody.
I'll take my leave at that point.
Okay.
So, I guess we have someone to go look after.
And,
We should.
Are you guys gonna rest?
Yes, I think we need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
So,
Covered in mud.
Nah.
so are you guys bathing and getting cleaned up as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So,
I am keeping this armor, though. It's going in my bag of things.
okay. So we'll start with Nim this time. Nim, how are you cleaning up and getting ready for your night's rest?
So I go upstairs to my room, and I take off all my muddy clothes and I put them wherever they go to be laundered. And then I hop in the bathtub and I try to relax and sit down and just enjoy the bubbles, but the whole time I'm like, Ben's alive, Ben's alive, Ben's alive, Ben's alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I just take a quick bath and then get in bed and then try to close my eyes and relax. I want to say a quick goodnight to Giselle, but I also know that Nim is not great with secrets, and if she thinks she has a potential surprise for Giselle, she's going to have to be real tight-lipped about it so she doesn't say anything about Ben.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, as you lie down, you drift pretty quickly into a sleep, actually. And you wake up. You don't know why you wake up. And it's thundering and lightning a little bit outside, like the storm has been doing all day and night. And when the lightning flashes, you see what looks like this much of a head in the bathtub peeking up from the water. And the lightning flashes, and it's gone. And then, and all of a sudden you see this dripping wet figure of what looks like a hunched old woman in your bedroom, just standing about halfway between the tub and your bed. And then the lightning flashes and she's gone again. And the lightning flashes. And all of a sudden you feel this hand just like crushing against your mouth, these long nails digging into your cheeks. And you see this old woman's face like less than an inch from yours. And she whispers, "I see it now." She's gone. And you don't have a scratch or anything on your face, but you do see puddles of water between your tub and the bed, and your sheets are soaked where she was just a moment ago.
I want to look down at my magic ring and kind of just, like, kind of panicked breathing and freaking out, but just to see if it's, like, detecting anything in the water or...
Okay. There's nothing in here that's magical.
Well, that could have just been stress. Maybe I got in the bathtub while I was asleep. I could sleepwalk. I've never done it before. Why wouldn't I do it? And maybe it was just a nightmare and that's what it was. Should I tell Mask or Wisp or Anu? Are they going to make fun of me? Was that real? I don't know. Who was that? And what does she see now? Was that in my mind? Okay, so I want to get up and I want to like peek out of my room door and see if I can see anybody in the hallway or whisper for one of my friends.
Okay. It is the dead of night, just before the crack of dawn. And everyone pretty much has gone to bed. It seems that the fire in the hearth is dulled to just embers. You see that the queen actually seemed to have fallen asleep in that rocking chair. This tiny flicker of white light glowing from where she's just holding in her palms this bird. And I'm not sure, is anyone else up right now?
No. Well, awake possibly, but not like active.
Okay, so Anu would be, because
I
Anu
am.
only trances for 4 hours. So Anu, where are you at this moment?
I was going around leaving letters underneath their doors,
Okay.
which contains the riddle.
Okay. So you actually open the door, Nim, and you see Anu just as she's kneeling with an envelope at your door.
Oh, what's this, Anu?
I can't tell you.
What? And I take it in my hand. But you're giving it to me. Why can't you tell me?
I'm not allowed.
Well,
You
okay.
just need to figure it out to keep yourself safe.
I don't think I'm safe. There was a lady in my bathtub. And I
Don't
opened it
tell
up.
her anything.
What? Well, was that real? I thought that was a dream.
Nothing is ever a dream.
This is why I love D&D.
I disagree. I think some things are dreams. Like that time that I dreamt that, I wasn't wearing any clothes and I had to give a speech. That was definitely a dream. I would never do that.
Why? It could be fun.
Well, not the sort of fun that I have. I want to open up the letter while just kind of shaking my head to do.
Okay.
Oh no! We lost Z!
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm pulling up the riddle.
Okay. I'm going to pull up your character sheet so everybody can see some representation of you.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
I may not cause your heart to beat, but seeking me makes life sweet.
I may not cause your heart to beat, but seeking me makes life sweet.
Yes. And the only hint I can give you is the answer to that is what you want to keep to your heart.
I may not cause your heart to beat, but seeking me makes life sweet. Well, sweet like sugar, heart to beat. Well, that's blood. It's sugar blood, clearly.
Decaf.
I'm very confused by this, Anu. So you're saying that the lady was in my bathtub, I shouldn't tell her anything, and now I've got to put some sugar in blood. Okay.
You make my head hurt.
Masquerade and Wisp, you hear this exchange going on in the hallway in the dead of night.
Do you realize what time it is, darlings?
Well, there was an old lady in my bathtub, and then I woke up to Anu giving me riddles, so we're having... I'm confused.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, let me explain. So I was asleep, and then there was that big thunder and lightning crash that I'm sure everybody heard. Yes.
Did we all hear that?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Just
Well,
making sure.
I think it came from the lady who was in my bathtub. So I woke up, and then at first she was just in my bathtub peeking over the edge in my dirty bathwater, which is inadvisable at best. And then the lightning flashed again. She was gone, came back. She was in the middle of the room and then gone. And then she came back and she was on my bed getting all the sheets and blankets wet. She grabbed my face and she said, "I see what you are now, I believe." And I'm a little confused. And so I thought I opened the door and I just wanted to talk with somebody because maybe it was all a dream. And then that's when I found Anu, who gave me this note, this beautiful note, which is a beautiful poem, really, a very good first try at poetry, Anu, thank you. I may not cause your heart to beat, but seeking me makes life sweet. So I'm supposed to drink sugar blood, I think. I'm very confused. It's so early and I'm so tired.
You can sleep the rest of the night in my room. I'm going to take a watch.
All right, that sounds great. Are your sheets still dry? That would
Yes.
be great. Okay, good. Yes, okay.
So, all right, well, two things. One, so, Steven, I don't know what to have this require to be. I kind of want to see if what you want to have the other ones roll to see whether or not they notice something about me. I know what it is I want them to possibly notice, but I feel like it's something they should roll for whether or not they notice this.
Okay. Do you think it would be a insight thing or a perception thing?
I would say perception, probably.
Okay. All right, sure. Is it difficult or is it medium?
How well lit is this hallway?
It's dimly lit.
I can see
Difficult.
it's dark.
Okay.
Well, medium for a new, difficult for the other two.
Okay.
19.
There we go.
5.
So not Nim.
Not Nim.
Definitely.
What is mine?
Astrid.
What is my modifier?
Your modifier for perception is a good one, actually. +8.
13.
That meets a standard check.
Okay. So Anu and Mass will notice that I look like I've been crying. I say nothing. I spin on my hoof and I close the door to my room and I go back to bed.
Okay.
Y'all are gonna get in so much trouble. Do we want to check on that, or you know what? We're gonna let them do their thing, but I'm gonna explain it to you. The answer to the riddle is something you don't want to say.
Secret?
I've already said sugar blood. What? Oh dear.
A swear word.
Totally a swear word. So whatever your heart's. And when you figure it out, don't say it.
Oh, God. I have to make a bonobo roll.
Okay. Masquerade.
No, I passed. I'm good.
Okay. Wisp, you did get one of those letters, by the way, because your hoof stomped on it as you went back in your room.
Okay.
What roll?
I noticed it, but like I'm not dealing with
Yeah,
this
you
right
just
now.
know it's there. Bonobo roll is something that Robin does whenever they feel like they might do a thing, but they're not sure.
Yeah, I kind
Okay.
of stole it from my friend Patrick, who is always playing like hyper gremlin characters. And so he'll roll, and the lower he rolls, if he gets a 1, he has to do the most bonobo thing possible at that exact moment. So sometimes if my character might do something stupid, I roll to see if they actually do the stupid thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, the three of you are in the hallway.
I'm going to go into Masquerade's bedroom, since Masquerade offered. And I'm going to lay down in bed and fall asleep immediately.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a quick investigation of Nim's room, but we don't have to play that out. I just do diligence.
Okay, you do find the puddles of water, and the bed is soaked. The bath is empty.
Empty. Like there is no water in it.
Yep, no water.
Yeah, Mask does not like this at all, and it is like very evident on their face.
Wisp.
Yes.
So, you are in your room, and I presume you've been crying,
Yes.
and you see that where the tears fell, there is an unusual amount of water collected there now. Like, it looks like your tears are much more substantial than you remembered. They didn't just soak into the sheets. They're actually pooling on the sheets that are much wetter than you remember.
I'm gonna kind of sigh and just go, I'm really not in the mood for whatever the hell this is.
And there's another clap of thunder, flash of lightning. And you see an old hunched woman. Looks like she's just standing outside your window in the rain, soaking wet, and she just stares at you with these like piercing green-blue eyes. And in another flash of lightning, she's gone. And that's when you remember you're on the 3rd floor.
The others can find out about that in the morning. I just needed a night. I just needed a night. Can't I have a night? I can't have a night. I have to have flying old ladies. That's great. That's great.
You are a knight.
Add that to the bullshit pile. Great, terrific.
And so lastly, Masquerade. You stay up and keep watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Mask.
Okay, you're with Mask. So
Mask is in a black fury.
all
Just
right.
quietly brooding.
Okay. So Masquerade. Roll a d20.
Okay.
I'll pull up your character sheet real quick on D&D Beyond.
11.
11. Okay. Pull up Masquerade. That's what the dice shows, right?
Yes.
Okay. So where are you in the room? Like,
I mean,
are you on the bed? Are you in a chair? Are you off in the
oh,
corner
definitely in a
standing?
chair. I'm not going to encroach on a lady while she's sleeping.
Okay. And Anu, where are you then?
I'm sitting on a desk.
Okay. So, you're sitting on the desk. How are you sitting?
Kind of in a crouch stance.
Okay. So, Masquerade, as you're sitting there in that chair, the lightning flashes, the thunder peals, and with the flash of lightning, it is not Anu that is crouching on the desk, but an old woman, sopping wet, her hair stringy and long over her face, these piercing green-blue eyes just staring at you.
Ah,
And
so it's you then.
And with another flash of lightning and thunder, it's Anu again.
Now that I don't appreciate at all.
Man, she just has to ruin every fucking thing.
I take it you know this person.
Oh my God. Where have you been?
Oh. Oh, that's... okay.
She's cheating because she's not going to get her way.
I see. Well, she picked the wrong one of us to pick on.
Ah, she picked the wrong, all of us to pick on.
She did indeed at that.
And with that sort of finale, we are going to end it there. So you guys are going to get your long rest after that, so no more shenanigans for the rest of the night. So you can click that long rest button. And as for everyone else, thank you for joining us. This was a blast. We love all of you so much. And until next time, everybody, tell your story your way. Bye.
See ya.